Unlock your potential today at skillbakery.com.
Now that we have a functional Redux store, it's time to connect Redux to a React application using react-redux. So we will be installing react-redux, we'll be understanding the provider component, we'll be using useSelector to access state, and using useDispatch to dispatch items. We'll be basically modifying our current solution that we have using the react-redux package. So the first thing is to install react-redux. We do that by running the command npm install react-redux. Press enter. And here we have installed react-redux. The next thing is to open up your index.js file. And over here, what we'll do is we'll be first of all importing the provider from react-redux. So let's go ahead and do that. Once the provider has been imported, we'll be importing the store that we have created. So remember the store.js file that we have over here? Let's go ahead and import it directly in our index.js file itself. So from app.js, we'll be taking this out and we'll be putting it over here in our index.js. Once that's done, the next step is to include the provider over here. So the app that we have over here, it will be wrapped inside provider. So it's going to look like this. So you can see that we now have provider and it has this attribute store where we are passing the store itself. So this kind of benefits us that we don't have to import store in every other file that we want to. The app is kind of inheriting it directly once we have mentioned the provider over here. Now here, things will be further simplified. You can see that it's throwing error over here everywhere where we had the store implemented. Now, how this is going to work then? So for this, we will have to make use of the react-redux package, and in our app.js file here, we will be making use of the useDispatch and useSelector. We'll come to that, what exactly these two will be doing. Now that we have imported react-redux, the next step is to update this whole app method that we have. We can get rid of the use effect altogether. We'll be basically making use of the useSelector and useDispatch. So the useSelector is basically used to select the state from the store, and useDispatch provides the dispatch function to trigger actions. Basically, let's get rid of the whole code over here and we'll just keep the buttons. We'll be updating them later. So here, the first thing that we need to do is access states from the Redux store, and that we can do by using useSelector. So here you can see that we are now getting the count and dark mode from these two states, and we are using the dispatch as mentioned to trigger actions. Now we also need to update this return code that we have, and for this we will be updating our div tag first. So let's have it in a proper way, and next we need to fix the dispatch issue. So now that we have created our dispatch, I can get rid of the store thing altogether. So here we have our dispatch and we are directly using that, and we're passing increment, decrement and toggle theme over here, and that's pretty much it that you need to do. So if you see over here, we have further simplified the code. The number of lines have also reduced. If you notice, the use effect has gone altogether and we have a very clean code over here. Now we can get rid of these user state and use effect as well from here. Let's save this, and we're not using the logo, so let's get rid of that as well, and that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and now run it. So here we have our Redux counter. Let's increment, let's decrement, and let's toggle. So here you can see how it's working flawlessly with the react-redux package. So to summarize, we just saw how to install and use react-redux, understanding the provider component, using useSelector, useDispatch. useSelector is basically used to access Redux state, and useDispatch is used to trigger action. And we saw all this by connecting Redux to React using the counter app that we have.
If you find the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.